What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's Hugo here. If you guys are new here, I am a 7-figure dropshipper and a 6-figure per month SMMA owner. I make videos on how to become a great business owner, how to operate a high-functioning social media marketing agency. So if that sounds like you, please drop me a like and subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and I hope all of you are ready to soak in some trainings. So in this video, I'll be talking about my first month operating a social media marketing agency. No filter, fully pulled the curtains back, giving you guys my first month of experience as a social media marketing agency owner. So let's dive right in. So first of all, let's break some beliefs that most people have when they're first starting out or they're looking to start at SMMA, is that they think it's easy work. It's nowhere near easy work. I'll go into the details in just a sec on what I did in my first week as an SMMA, but it is not easy work. It is hard work, but it has great potential to make a lot of money. It's a great business model. You can operate your business digitally, and that's why I was so keen on running this along with my dropshipping business. So the first week of operating the SMMA, I came up with an agency name and I came up with the website. I hired someone to do it on Fiverr for around 50 to 60 bucks. So if you guys don't want to build a website from scratch right away, you guys can just outsource it to Fiverr. But the most important thing really is just getting started. Firmly decide on your agency name, quickly build a website, and start creating that Google Workspace account. So that's my first week. I was basically learning on YouTube on how to operate an SMMA, quickly came up with a name, built a website, made a Calendly account, created a Lemlist account. So for those of you who don't know what Lemlist is, it's software online where you're able to bulk upload emails. So in my case, for most of us as e-commerce business owners, names, email addresses, business names, their profiles, their social media profiles, you have them all in an Excel sheet and you bulk upload that sheet onto Lemlist. And that's what's gonna enable you to send those emails on a weekly basis. So I started off, the first week I did not send any emails because I was warming up my account, so to make sure that these emails weren't landing in promotions or spam folders. If you guys aren't patient and you start sending emails right away, most of them are gonna land in spam and promotions, and most business owners are never gonna ever see your emails. So make sure that you're patient with this, set everything up, but do give it time when it's needed. So week 2, after I've learned everything to do with SMMA and set up all the foundations, the Calendly account, the Lemlist account, Google Workspace account, I have a partner who's doing this with me, Adrian. He's a CMO, so we had 2 accounts for the emails, and we were warming up 2 accounts and started sending emails on those 2 accounts. And let me just talk about outreach real quick, guys. You might be thinking, Hugo, how did you find these business owner emails and how long did you spend per day working on it? So when I was first starting out, I spent 3 hours per day finding emails. It's not the best use of time, but I was willing to put into work just to learn the game and familiarize myself with the email outreach process. Going on myip.ms. If you guys don't know what that is, you guys can watch a separate video that I uploaded before. I'll link it on the top right corner of the screen right now, where I go through really briefly on how you guys can find these emails online. So I was spending 3 hours per day, while scrolling through the website and taking a look at all these business owners. Those emails weren't actually active anymore, and if you sent an email, nothing would really happen. So at first, what appeared to be 100 emails on my Excel sheet only came up to around 50 or 60 emails which were active. So at first, this was very discouraging. I was like, man, all of these emails are inactive. Should I be spending most of my time on this? Is this the best investment on my time? So I was like, okay, I kind of learned the process, kind of familiarized myself with the email finding process. So I kind of outsourced that to a VA. So I hired someone online on Fiverr to help me handle finding these emails and finding these business owners emails, so I could focus on refining my offer and making sure that the email content is on point. So that was the second week, guys. I was spending 3 hours per day on that second week just to find these emails, and my business partner Adrian and I were working on crafting that offer, making it more sexy so that people will actually click on that email and actually book a call with us. So the first 2 weeks, no calls booked, 0 in profit, no deal signed. Third week, the VA started doing their job, finding more emails for us, spending around 6 to 10 hours per day finding those emails. So we had around 100 emails, but we couldn't send 100 emails per day yet. Lemlist capped our email sending frequency to around 30 to 40 per day, and I was totally fine with that. We weren't getting any replies. We were getting some opens on our emails, but we didn't have any booked calls. So a really important lesson that I learned from this is that you need to be tracking how many emails you're sending per day, how many people and business owners are opening your email, how many business owners are clicking on your link or your Calendly link inside that email, and how many people are booking your calls. So in that first 2 weeks, we had a 0 book call rate. I think we had like a 20 to 40% open rate, and I think it was like a 5 to 6% click rate. So judging from that data, I was able to confidently say that we needed to be sending more emails in order to judge this more accurately. So was this an offer problem? Was this solely because we weren't sending enough emails? So end of the 4th week, Lemlist allowed us to send around 50 to 60 emails per day. And that's when we started getting some replies from business owners. And that's when I really started to worry about the next step of the game, which is working on your sales skills, because you're gonna be hopping on calls with these business owners. So you need to be working on your sales skills and making sure that you're not an absolute joke on those calls, just to make sure you don't sound like an unconfident teenager who just found out about this business model. Try your best to work on your sales skills and make yourself more presentable, and make sure that you exude confidence in those sales calls. So I'm not gonna lie guys, I wasn't the best at sales when I was starting out. I did have a little bit of experience, prior to that. I was closing people in person in my office prior to COVID. Since people knew about my dropshipping and people did reach out to me to help them with their businesses, I arranged face-to-face meetups in Hong Kong, which is the place I was living in at that time. So I did have a little experience in sales, but I wasn't the best on Zoom. Face-to-face was my bread and butter. I kind of did have to start from the beginning, humble myself, and really work on my sales skills. So in week 4, we got 2 book calls, one from a huge business, and they made home security systems. They were a DTC brand, and I think the social unrest in the US wasn't best at the time, so I think they were doing really well. And my service was to run Facebook ads for them, which I was really great at, on my own dropshipping stores. And I was really not confident, in dealing with other people's ad accounts. So that confidence really seeped through in the sales call. But I did manage to close them because I did have Adrian on the call with me. Having a business partner on the call really does help. That was our first ever client signed on Zoom, so that was $4K per month, and the other call was a no-show. You guys also got to prepare that, a lot of these business owners who, book a call with you, sometimes they won't show up. So it's really important that you guys send a notification or send a reminder to these business owners. Oh, hey, just a gentle reminder that, our call is in 1 hour or our call is in 6 hours. So make sure that you show up, in a quiet environment with a pen and paper. Just to make sure we can best serve you properly. So that was $4K in the first month. And then the next week after that, it was a groundbreaking week where I started diving into different forms of outreach. So I was growing my LinkedIn profiles. So I already had 500 to 600 LinkedIn connections at that time. So I kind of grew it to around 800 to 900. Really made sure that my bio, my profile picture was on point. Made sure that I looked like a sexy beast. I knew what I was doing. My bio was really convincing, and had showed client results, which I actually did have results. So I used my own Shopify store results as case studies. In reality, they're actually properly functioning businesses. So why not use those as case studies as well? So I used those as my case studies. I posted them on my LinkedIn profile, and I got 1 inbound lead from this huge business. And what they did was they sold electric skateboards. So it was an inbound lead. So this just showed desperation on their end. They were doing around 200 to 300K per month. So I was able to sign them for a 10K per month deal plus 1% of email marketing revenue, because I just decided to say, fuck it, why not add 1% on top of that? So that totaled to around 15K for that month. And don't get me wrong, guys, I truly believe that I am an anomaly in the SMMA niche. In terms of SMMA, this is extremely fast to get from 0 to 15K. I don't want to get your hopes up. I did spend hours on call with Adrian, discussing our offer. Hey, this is not working out. How are we supposed to make this more sexy? How do we best serve people? How do we best solve their issue? How do we best solve, e-commerce business owners, their problems? How do we, help alleviate those pains off their shoulders? Rather than focusing on getting that sale, I focused on how do I solve an issue? How do I solve a problem? And how do I make it so that business owners feel comfortable paying you 5, 6, even 10K per month just to solve their problem and get that off their chest? Once I really flipped that script in my head, that really changed the game for me. More of a problem solver than a first sale chaser. Most guys out there, hey, I just want to make my first sale. I just want to get my first client, and then everything's going to go upwards from there. No, you guys need to solve a problem. If you can't, it's really difficult to get that first client if you're not even solving a problem. So make sure that you refine your offer. Make sure your service solves a problem which most people don't want to do themselves. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, transparent kind of video on what I kind of did in my first month of SMMA. It is hard work, okay, guys? Don't think it's easy. Put in the work, refine your offer, do your outreach, and I'm sure you guys will be fine. Just an announcement that the Wi-Fi Money Masterclass is launching in mid-September. We're currently filming more trainings for the masterclass. So if you guys are interested, please send me a message on Instagram. It's at Hugo Fitzo, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you guys want more future trainings. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.